Hello, welcome back y'all. Today I got part 2 of my experimental video you know as Fieldwork 8. In this video, we completely moved to troubleshooting and testing minus one part where something that was not on our prints came up and we needed to quickly fix. Also, once again, not everything that happened during the job was filmed, and I mainly filmed programming, setting off the system, and fixing some speakers that were on the wrong voltage setting because they were clipping out. And the amp, for whatever reason, didn't like it. It was just clipping out, and yeah. But anyway, with all that being said, please feel free to like and subscribe, and have a nice day. On to the video.
Yeah, I might be overpowered in the amp. You might need a bigger amp.
Please stop operations and leave the building immediately. Use the nearest exit or fire exit stairway. Do not use the elevators. Do not use the elevators. Operations and leave the building immediately. Use the nearest exit or fire exit stairway. Do not use the elevators. Repeat, do not use the elevators. Attention, attention, an emergency has been reported in this building. Please stop operations and leave the
Okay, so as you can see from the first clip, what's going on is the speakers are randomly cutting in and cutting out. So in the next clip, you're going to see me change the speakers from 25 volt RMS to 70 volt RMS because it turns out it wasn't on our prints. There's plenty of stuff that we figured out was not on our prints, was the correct voltage setting. We had to figure out the hard way by taking down some of the existing devices and checking the voltage setting on those, and it turns out everything was set to 70 volts. So stuff that was on 25 volts was cutting itself off because it was getting too much voltage. So yeah, in this next clip you're going to see me take down a few devices and correct that issue. So yeah, on to the next clip. What?
Can I leave it to you to change all the ones you can read from the floor?
Yes.
70 watts?
Yes.
Okay.
I've already got started. I changed that one, and I changed that one.
I'm going to grab this lift and I'm going to get started on it.
Gotcha.
I need you to do me a favor. I need you to be very thorough
Very, very thorough.
because I need you to check every room.
Yeah,
I know
I'm
you don't
checking
have a print.
everything. Everything. Everything's getting checked.
Don't forget the one behind you.
Of course.
Even the closets might have them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. Don't you worry. Oh, come on. I don't see nothing in here. Come on. Gotcha. Nothing in here apparently. Wall ceiling mounted here. Wall ceiling mounted here. Ceiling mount. Oh, it's just in this room. Hey Patrick, there's speaker strobes in the bathroom. They're ceiling mounted. I don't know how you're gonna get to those, because they already got the stalls up.
Ladder?
Yeah, you're gonna need a ladder.
You're gonna need a ladder.
Oh, you want me to do those? Finally. Yep, I'm gonna need a ladder. I'll come back to these. Alright. I guess from now, I'll just go ahead and finish up, get the ladder. Okay, from here, I got all the ceiling devices, but I couldn't show those on camera because I had to haul around a big freaking ladder. Yeah, I changed everything to 70 volts, and then from there, we tested the system again, which you're about to see, and we learned that everything works properly now, except for one device, which the strobe isn't working, which we'll get to that later in the video. But anyway, here's the second test where everything starts working properly.
I think we're good.
Auto kill it. Okay, as y'all can see, the system is now, well, at least the AVs are now working properly. In this next clip, you're going to see me go around and test all the devices in the new edition, minus the water flow and tamper, which is added later in this video and tested by my colleague instead. Also, the voice message is a little quiet, but we fixed that too. So yeah, anyways, on to the next clip. Okay, time for some testing. Or more testing, really. First, coming at you with the pull station. You'll have to sit in my... Actually, I'll just put you right here in this pocket. You can still hear me good? Really? Okay. Alright. They put a brake rod in here. Guess I'll do it this way then. Alright, let me check the prints. Yep. Oh, put some back in. I'll figure it out in a second. I'll come back and I'll redo the brake rows in this guy. I'll just use the switch. Alright. Let me check the prints. Yeah, no. I said I was going to check the prints. You didn't hear me. Alright, vestibule 101, that's correct. Coming at you with the smoke detector. This one should be storage room 101A. I'm gonna need a ladder for these ones. Let's see if I could go find that 6-footer real quick. Okay. Hey, where's my key? Probably left the key in the pull station. Yep. All right, coming at you with another pull station. This one does have a brake rod, so let's use the switch. All right, you check the prints. All right, went this way, went out these doors. This is, what is this? It's next to storage room 123, but it doesn't say which hallway this is. This is hallway 127. Well, yeah, this is just hallway 127, I guess. Okay. All right. Yeah, I have to come back to this smoke as well, because it's got a cover on it. I'm going to need a ladder. Also going to have to come back to this one, because this one's also got a cover on it.
So, man, I got two of this.
I might be able to get this one here. Is there a freaking light switch in here? There it is. I'll just get the, I'm just gonna get the ladder at this point, because so many of these are high up. I'm gonna need a ladder to get to these, or I might just do all pull stations first and then come back, do all the smokes. Actually, I could reach this smoke right here. Yep. All right. Let's see. Resource room, storage room 118. That's correct. So many of these smokes I'm just gonna need a ladder for. No, I ain't flying. I don't think I even can fly. Alright, this next one should be janitor room 119. Yeah, that's the smoke detector. Storage room 120. There's no placard on this guy, so let's see what the notes say. Oh, this is a storage room. And I guess this is the janitor's room. That makes sense. So that's a heat detector, so I'm gonna need a heat gun for this guy. And there's also that duct detector in there as well. The janitor's room. Janitor room 119. I think I got everything that I can get to without the ladder, so I'm gonna go ahead and find a ladder and go ahead and get to everything else, which I just found one, so I'm gonna use this ladder right here. There really wasn't much of anything except for a couple pull stations. Oh, and these pull stations right here. I know we already tested this one, but I'll go ahead and get it on there. This one should be the far left. All right, you should get another pull station. Yep. Yep. And this should be the last pull station right here. That doesn't sound right whatsoever. There is no steps around here. What's it supposed to be? Next steps. Oh, I see. All right. Well, I guess that should be all the pull stations. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ladder I was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and test the smoke detectors now. I found a different ladder. That other ladder, I think, actually got taken again. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna go work my way back to the other area, basically where I started. And I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the rest of the covers. And you know what? Since I'm right here, I could also go ahead and start testing one of the duct detectors because it's reachable. This is one freaking stiff ladder. Alright. Oh yeah, this is a heat detector. I'm gonna need a heat gun for this guy. I'll come back to it. At least the cover's gone. Coming at you with the duct detector. Which I'm not close enough to, so I gotta walk my happy butt on down and get closer. Alright. Here comes the duct detector. Should come in as a supervisory. Come on. Yeah, this is the janitor's room. All right, let me know when it's done. All right, coming at you with another smoke detector. All right. Read me the description again. Storage room 112. Let me check the prints. Yep, that's storage room 112. There should be 2 more smokes, electrical room and security room. And then there should be the smokes at the end of that same corridor. Then I'll go ahead and get a bigger ladder and I'll hit all the classrooms. I'm gonna need an extension ladder to get to this one in that electrical room. Yeah. But I do know I could get this one right here. Yeah. Yep.
You gonna pull it over right here?
Yeah, either there.
All that green crap is just.
I lifted up the brain in the water.
Alright, this one might be a bit of a challenge to get to because there's a lot of stuff in the way. But I'll try to make it work. Stupid ladder. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Whatever this is has got to move. There we go. Now I can definitely reach it. Let me check the prints. Let's see. Yep. And the next one should be storage room 123. From here, it should be the classrooms. Yeah. There's already a letter here. Alright, which room is this? Does it even say? Nope, gotta look on the prints. Alright, this should be... Where am I? So this should be special needs room 126, and then we should have special needs room 124. I'm going to trip 126 right now. I think I found an error. This sounder base is supposed to be going off right now, unless it's... So the sounder bases need to be fixed. The sounder bases weren't... You can't really disable the sounder bases unless you disable the head itself. No. But it should be. But again, you can't disable the sounder base without disabling the head. I've tried that already. It doesn't work. Actually, this guy here would use a different ladder. Wrong tool. Here we go. Yep. So yeah, these sounder bases, something's going on with them. Unless if I take the disable, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to one of these sounder bases after we turn the disable all off, and I'm going to see if that's what's going on. I doubt it, but you never know. All right, I'm going to the next 4 classrooms, and then that should be what I can get for smoke detectors. All right, let's check the prints. This should be 108, then I'm going to go to 107, and then I'll go to 105 and 104. It'll be in that order: 108, 107, 106, and then 104. You got it? Yep. Oh, come on. All right. Oh, wait a minute. There's yet another room, 106. So there's 3 rooms per thing. The last one you got was 107, right? Coming at you with 106. All right, 105 should be next. Oh. Yeah, freaking goofy ally switches. Oh, there we go. All right, now this one I believe should be 104. 104. Let me double check. Oh, I always like to double check. Oh yeah, because last one I did was 105. Yeah, this is 104, and the last one should be 103. Oh, there's another smoke detector and another, and those must be the okay.
There better be enough back toxins for these things.
Oh, what happened? What's going on? Hang on. Okay, so here's what's going on here. Apparently, my coworker got a call from somebody else on one of his other jobs, and it interrupted the testing for a couple minutes. So I have to make a cut here for that. But anyway, hopefully that should give it a little bit of extra context. Okay, on to the next clip. Okay, and we're back. And we're done. At least with this part. Okay, so now testing is all done for now. What's gonna happen now is I'm gonna be going back to the panel. I'm gonna be hooking up back to it, and I'm gonna be trying to figure out a couple reasons why, or at least rule out a couple reasons why some of the stuff that isn't working. Like, for example, the sounder bases, when I tested them, they didn't sound like they were supposed to. So I had to just check the programming to make sure I had that program correctly. I did. I have it following the head. So when the head sounds, the sounder base sounds. Or, I mean, when the head goes off, the sounder base sounds. The head doesn't have its own. Yeah, and another thing is, the strobes didn't work on one of the devices, and again, I'm going to save that for a later part of the video, but it turned out it was a wiring issue. And one last thing, a couple of the labels are wrong, so you'll see me correct those. I think it's in there. But yeah, let's get on to the last part of, or the last few parts of this video. Okay, so here's what I'm doing now. Now that the testing's all done. If we figured out what went wrong, there was just a couple things that happened. One of the labels was wrong, and it turns out there was something that wasn't on our prints that needed to be added. All the sprinkler stuff for the new edition. So I got all that added in. I went ahead and put it in the barcodes. Did all the correlations. And another thing I need to do is I need to go to device configuration and I need to figure out why our smoke detectors are not freaking sounding. It said to follow the head. Huh. Should just follow the head. Unless... Okay. Sorry about that. Someone else came in. I had to answer a couple questions. I wonder if it's PS relay. Okay. Guess it doesn't just follow the head. Are we getting power to the base? Might not be getting power to the base. I wonder, did they wire the bases up correctly? Yeah, I'm gonna check that and I'll get back to y'all. Okay, here's what happened now. I went ahead and checked the wiring of the bases, and I traced the wire. Turns out the subs didn't wire it correctly, or someone didn't. No, it was the subs, but you know, mistakes happen. I ended up correcting it. We told the subs about it. We fixed everything, and the solder bases work now. Do they work properly? Unfortunately not. But that's actually something to do with something else. I need a couple extra modules, a TCDR and a CRR module, which I'm going to be taking care of getting those in and programmed. In this next clip, you're going to see us add something else that wasn't on our prints. That should have been on our prints. This is a water flow and tamper for the new edition. So what you'll see is you'll see me map those in, get a map fault, and troubleshoot the map fault. And it's not just a map mismatch, it's a real map fault, which means you gotta kind of go around and do a little bit of thinking. But yeah, enough explaining. Let's get on to this final part here. Okay, quick update. Just installed the new water flow and tamper stuff. That stuff wasn't on our prints, but we put it in. I'm just mapping the system now. And to make sure all the devices are mapped in. Alright, she's done mapping. What we got now? Five troubles. Put this down. We got... Still got a map mismatch. Okay. I know exactly how to fix this. I fixed one part of the map mismatch.
What's the second?
Just gotta reconcile the rest of the devices. Make sure we don't have any errors. see anything that's jumping out at me. Looks about right to me. Alright, accept all. Alright, now one more time round the clock. We're done. Done writing. Alright, she gonna map again. And hopefully that clears the mapping issue.
No.
Okay, still mapping. Checking EOLs now. No errors. But still with the mismatch. Something ain't right here.
Nope, that's an Edward panel for you. And it sucks like Chris turns it off.
Why do you have a mismatch? 'Cause I got you the freaking map. Hang on. I think I might have just figured out what was going on. When I looked in status diagnostic and analog status, I found a device that was coming up as a freaking CR when it should have been a CT1. So I went into the map and I made sure it would recognize it as a CT1 and not a CR. And I also checked the map for duplicate addresses in case one did exist. I didn't find anything that suggested to me that there was duplicate addresses. Alright. Bingo. That was the problem. Sometimes map faults can be a little tricky, but with the right skills, we can get her done. We're gonna button everything up and we'll call it a day. Okay, that's gonna be it for Fieldwork Episode 8, Part 2, and Fieldwork Episode 8 in general. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully this experiment that this video is in its entirety works out. So yeah, have a nice day.